This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today, July the 6th, is a former second baseman, coach, and manager in baseball. In his 18-year career in Major League Baseball, he played for 6 different teams, but most notably for the New York Yankees. He's been an ESPN analyst for a while. He even was a manager for a short while. He's actually 5th in Major League history for second games at second base, 9th in putouts, 7th in assists, and 3rd in double plays. He was pretty good. He is 69 today. Don't laugh. His name is Willie Randolph. Willie Randolph grew up in Brooklyn and was drafted by the Pirates in the 7th round of the 1972 draft. He actually played for the Pirates for a few games in 1975. And then in one of the most lopsided trades in Pirates/Yankees history, the Pirates traded him, Doc Ellis, and Ken Brett to the Yankees for Doc Meddick. Meddick was not really that great for the Pirates. Doc Ellis was okay for the Yankees, and then he moved on. And then Ken Brett. Blue Jay fans will remember him as the White Sox starting pitcher in the first ever game the Jays did in 1977. Anyway, Randolph played 13 years with the Yankees and was actually a co-captain of the Yankees. So Randolph was basically the second baseman to NL second baseman in New York. I mean, you could say Robbie Cano or Alfonso Soriano in his early days, but you can't really think of a good second baseman other than Cano or Soriano to compare to Willie Randolph. Well, post expansion. I mean, like pre-expansion, it's got to be Billy Martin or even Bobby Richardson. But still, he played his heart out. He knew how to turn the double play, but somehow never won the Gold Glove Award. Either Frank White of the Royals or Lou Whitaker of the Tigers would get that. But still, Randolph did outshine him by winning 2 rings. I know Whitaker and White both won one later in the 80s, but Randolph won for the 77 and 78 Yankees teams. He led the league in walks in 1980 and actually was the Silver Slugger winner in the AL, second base. Randolph knew how to do bunting and all that. Anyway, Randolph looked pretty good, but then his time was up in a Yankees outfit. He signed as a free agent with the Dodgers in December 1988, helping them out, being the best batting average and hits in 1989 by the team. And then the Dodgers traded him to Oakland for Stan Javier. Randolph went to the World Series with Oakland. The only problem was they got swept by the Reds. Then he signed as a free agent with Milwaukee. And then the Mets signed him. At 37 years old, it was amazing. In his last game with the Mets, Jeff Kent, who was traded from the Jays to the Mets for David Cohn, decided to start at shortstop so that Randolph can play his final game at second base. It was amazing what he could have done and all that. I mean, he would win a couple of World Series with the Yankees. Then he became a base coach/bench coach for 11 years. So he would either coach on the first or third base line or be the bench coach, as in the assistant manager, if you will, for 11 years. But then the Mets surprisingly named him as manager for the 2005 season, becoming the 8th person to play for and later managed the Mets, joining Gil Hodges, Yogi Berra, Joe Torre, Bud Harrelson, Roy McMillan, Dallas Green, and Bobby Valentine. Didn't know Dallas Green played. Anyway, Rudolph helped the Mets win 83 games and tied for 3rd in the NL East. And then in 2006, he got them to 97 wins, the best in the National League, and their first division title in 18 years. The Mets were so close, but the Cardinals beat them in Game 7 thanks to Yadi Molina's top of the 9th home run. And the Cardinals ended up winning the World Series against the Tigers. Rudolph Randolph was actually the first manager in Major League history to have his team improve by 12 games in each of his first 2 seasons, excluding strike shortened seasons. But it didn't matter. But he actually was close to winning the Manager of the Year award, but he lost it to Joe Girardi. He signed a 3-year deal with the Mets to stay manager in 07. Unfortunately, in 07, the Mets had one of the worst collapses in history. They were up by 7 games in the East with 17 to play, and you're thinking, well, they got this in hand. Nope, they only won 5 games the rest of the way. Lost the division to the Phillies, who were 13-4 compared to the Mets 5-12. The Mets didn't even get a wild card, which sucked. Unfortunately, inconsistency would ruin him, and by June 2008, he was fired. Milwaukee gave him the bench coach position for a few years. Randolph went to Baltimore, becoming the third base coach in 2011, but then they would part ways. Randolph became the third base coach at the World Baseball Classic in 2013, Team USA. Randolph got his plaque at Monument Park in 2015 at Yankee Stadium, which was pretty impressive. All that. So as a manager, he was 302 and 253 in the regular season. Had one postseason chance, but lost it to the Cardinals in that famous 7-game series. So he lives in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey with his wife and 4 children. So anyway, Willie Randolph was great. And I mean, the Yankees have greatness at every position. Catcher, Yogi Berra. First base, Lou Gehrig. Third base, maybe Greg Nettles. Maybe A-Rod. Shortstop, Derek Jeter. Left field, Joe DiMaggio. No. Was he left field? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he was left field. Center field, Mickey Mantle. Right field, Roger Maris, or even Babe Ruth. And I mean, second base is kind of a weak point for the Yankees historically. I mean, a lot of time Yankee fans will say, hey, what about Billy Martin or Bobby Richardson? True. But I'm just saying that in modern times, second baseman, like Robbie Cano got dealt before he could be a powerful Yankee second baseman, and so did Soriano. So, Randolph did good for the Yankees. He won 2 titles, so can't blame him for that. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond, I do.